Hi BCG friends, welcome back to the channel. This video has two parts. First is preparing the dandelion tincture, and the second half is tips on how you can garden with minimal cost. Our lawn is full of dandelions. We don't bottle it, Ed just mow them every weekend. So today I am making tincture so we get something good out of the dandelions. Herbalists swear by the power of dandelions, it being an antioxidant and many more potential health benefits. So I want to try for myself. People also make dandelion salad, tea, wine, salves, to name a few. After gathering the whole plant, I soak them in water overnight. Then wash them a few times until the water mostly runs clear to get rid of dirt. I will use all parts of the plant. Some people just use the flowers, leaves, or roots depending on what they are preparing. I did not chop up the dandelions. Well, you can. It's a personal choice. I just took out the root part and chopped them into an inch or so. I separated the leaves from the stems of the flower, and I just coiled the leaves, flower stems alternately into the jar and put the roots in the middle, repeating the pattern until the jar is almost full. And for aesthetic purposes, I added flowers on top and filled the jar with the cheapest vodka my husband can find in the store. I used the spatula to pack the leaves and the stems of the flowers in the jar. Pour the vodka until the dandelions are fully covered. You can also use apple cider vinegar in place of the vodka for this recipe. In the end, I made 2 jars out of the dandelions that I gathered. And they need to sit 6 to 8 weeks to gather or extract the best potential of the plant before we can use them. So guys, we will check back in 6 to 8 weeks. Here is the first jar down. Not sponsored, but this is just the cheapest vodka that's on sale the time we went to the liquor store. In the 6 to 8 weeks that they sit, I will flip the jars every week or so. And here is the second jar. This is a very easy recipe. I hope you will try it. You can also use the same recipe for other herbs. Here they are, so pretty. Now moving on to gardening. With everything costing way more than they used to, gardening materials and plants also went up, of course. But we try to look for ways to garden with minimal cost, like getting free plants as much as possible. We get free mulch and lugs from cheapdrop.com. We get free compost from our farmer neighbors, and we start plants from seed. Like what we are tackling right now, these are 2 loads of free mulch from cheapdrop.com. We are mulching the beds in and around the trees along the fence line because it's a pain to weed. We laid down flattened cardboard boxes around the trees, then we put thick mulch on top.
That's so cute.
We always recruit our kids to help, and they always do whenever they can. And we also have fun along the way. We do all these chores in this property on weekends because we work full-time. So our garden here is not always looking perfect, but that's okay. This is our 4th season in this property, and we're happy for what we did so far. And we all started from scratch here. There was nothing when we first got the property. And we are learning what works here, what plants work here, and all that stuff. We still have so much mulch left, so I'm bordering my flower beds with it. Almost all of my perennial plants on these beds are free. The only thing I bought here are the lilacs from last year for $5 each at our community garage sale. The plants I have here are unwanted plants from friends, neighbors, and all that jazz. I also get free plants from Facebook Marketplace sometimes. Like a couple weeks ago, I posted on our local gardening page on FB that I am in search of free plants like annuals or perennials, and preferably in my area. And I said I am willing to dig, etc. So Chelsea, shout out Chelsea, responded, and turns out she just lives a few blocks down from me. That is a blessing in itself, and it turns out she's cleaning out her perennial beds to turn them into vegetable beds instead. So I got lots of anemone, irises, lilies, to name a few. So yes, it's possible to garden for a very minimal cost or free if you're lucky. You just have to put in your time and lots of it. After mulching, I am now putting down the free compost that we got from our neighbors as top dressing on the flower beds. Even that wooden well planter I got for free from a couple who were giving out their stuff because they were moving. So I thought of putting it around my lilac, which turned out great. Now here's the finished look of this flower bed. Like I said, all of these plants are mostly free except for the lilacs. Oh, and the false spirea as well. That I bought for $5. And of course the tulip bulbs that were $2 per bag. And here's my other flower bed that I also mulched as a border. Still always a work in progress. And yep, that's just how it is. This is my favorite tulip here so far. So friends, let's go back to our gardens. Thanks for watching and see you again soon. Thank you for supporting this channel. Bye-bye.